Before we get in the video, please like, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, go ahead and leave a comment below, and click on the How You Can Help, which brings up the Family Friendly Game website and gives you lots of ideas how you can help us. Thank you. Hey everybody, Paul Murray, Family Friendly Gaming. Court's in session. This is FFG Politics on the jury verdict of Kyle Rittenhouse. Lots of people giving their opinions and telling you what they think. Okay, so I paid attention to the trial. I checked out the evidence. And quite honestly, after seeing all the evidence, I was shocked that they even had the trial in the first place, because it was a clear-cut case of self-defense. Someone's hitting him in the head with a skateboard and he shoots them. And the prosecutor tries to say, well, a skateboard's not a deadly weapon. Actually, it is, and more people die from being, pummeled in the fist in the face.
Can we take a minute from before the shooting to the fact he was carrying an AR-15 just around?
Well, it's protection. He was carrying a gun for protection. I understand that, especially in a extremely violent area. Another guy pointed a handgun at his head. Okay, I'm sorry. You point a handgun at someone's face, that means you're preparing to shoot. And the prosecutor's like, well, just because you point a gun at someone's head doesn't mean you're going to shoot them. I really? You're taking that risk? If you have a gun and they have a gun and they point it at you, you're just going to be like, oh, maybe they won't shoot me. I'm sorry. I can completely understand a 17-year-old going, you know what? I could die here. This guy has already threatened to kill me. He was chasing me down. I mean, you try to run, they trap you. It's like you've done everything you possibly can. I remember I was in the Air Force, and somebody kept hitting me in the shoulder. And kept hitting me. So I left the room, went to another room. They followed me. They kept hitting me. I sought help. I went to one of the sergeants. Hey, I need some help with this. He's, hitting me. And they're like, take care of it yourself. And I tell him, knock it off. He laughs in my face. I grab him by the throat. I throw him into a wall. Then the sergeants decided, oh, maybe we should do something. Didn't matter that he was, making my shoulder hurt. And he kept hitting me, and hard. It wasn't just, just little taps. He was like, bam, bam, bam. And I'm like, I don't understand why some people support the criminals until the victim finally stands up for themselves, and then they're like, we have to go after the victim. We have to. If you're one of those who's like so pro-criminal, you should be completely on the side of Kyle Rittenhouse. You could be like, you know what? He killed these two people and he injured a third. We're just going to completely support him because he committed these crimes. If you thought he committed a crime. That's what I find so absolutely odd about this, the reaction of some people, that they're angry about him and justice being served. And I would say after this trial, my faith in the justice system has been restored by about 5%. I've got about 5% more respect for the justice system after this trial. I'm a bit perplexed why it took so many days to deliberate. Like I said, this was just cut and dry, obvious case. The prosecutor had broken the law and lied so many times. It was like, what? How is this even, And you also have the Democrat-controlled media running lies. And this is where it's very important where you get your news. Because if you're sitting in here listening to places that are absolutely lying, and they're probably going to be facing defamation lawsuits for their lies, you go, how are they allowed to do this? Why are they allowed? State the facts as you know them. If you don't know facts, don't say things. And I really hate when they sit there and falsely accuse people of things, because they themselves are the racist, and they're accusing him of being a white supremacist, which is, there's no evidence. We found no facts to find that to be true, and as far as I know, it's completely false. And yet, you have the Democrat-controlled media, the liberal media, running these statements over and over again. Even when he was candidate, Joe Biden made that statement, and it's like, how can you even say that? That is such an offensive thing to accuse someone of. And when you're wrong, there should be punishment for you falsely accusing someone of that. So that kind of bothers me completely and totally about the whole how the media covered it, how the Democrats used it to try to get votes, and I'm very thankful that he was found not guilty on all accounts, and I hope he can go and live his life. He's gonna probably have trouble because I don't think a lot of places are gonna want to hire him. So we'll just see what happens with Kyle Rittenhouse going forward. I really hope that someone doesn't go after him, but there's been all kinds of threats against his life from the tolerant of diversity crowd. That really kind of bothers me. They say they're tolerant of diversity, and they go and attack someone who's diverse from them. It's like, So hopefully all goes well with him. Like I said, I'm very pleased that, in my opinion, from what I can see and tell, that justice was finally served in that case. And I think in some ways it was a waste of taxpayer money for prosecutors to go after him, but it seemed like it's very political. And it seems like nowadays it's just, if you're, especially with like critical race theory and all that, if you're a white person, you're considered guilty, by the media, by the Democrats, by the liberals. And it's like, wait, that's racist on their part, because the definition I use of racism is preferential or detrimental treatment to someone based on their race. So that's all my thoughts on the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. Court's adjourned.